Hey everybody, I'm recording my presentation in case I can't make it to the meeting. I definitely won't be able to make the Tuesday meeting, so yeah, this is how I did it. I used this QuickTime. When you do QuickTime, there's the option to do the self screen recording. It would be right here, new screen recording, so that's how I did it. So here's the presentation. This is my part. So bridges to the adoption of, oh, I'm sorry, that's the last slide. Here we go. So the diffusion of solar innovation. So this is the social barriers section of the presentation. My presentation will look at the diffusion of innovation theory. I'm going to talk about what it means to adopt and who are the adopters, what's the sequence of events. I'm going to talk about the barriers to solar adoption and some of the solutions to those barriers. So diffusion theory asks how ideas or products, after they come to be, that spark, how they gain wider use and momentum. And it's through a product or idea's ability to be shared and the quality of that idea. Think about a cell phone that was shared very rapidly. It's ubiquitous in all of our lives. Whereas a Segway scooter thing, that has not really been such a big part of our lives. So that's kind of what this theory looks at, is why one works and the other doesn't. So here's a graph of the lifespan of a product. On the left is the innovators. They're the first ones who use it. But we're really concerned with the early adopters. In terms of solar energy adoption, creating an environment that encourages early adopters is really important, because early adopters create a dialogue with the innovators to refine the product to make it better, cheaper. The other thing about adopters are they create a lot of hype, which encourages more adopters. Right now in the solar industry, we're a long way away from a wide-scale adoption. And so, yeah, we're at an early adopter phase where we need to make an environment that encourages more early adopters. When we look at solar energy in terms of the barriers of adoption, of the three criteria that we can analyze, there's advantage, it's compatible, and then on the bottom, it's observable. The two major barriers are that solar energy use, the product is very complicated, and there's a high level of commitment in terms of trying it. How do we solve those issues? Well, in terms of the complexity, the key is education. It has to be part of the culture, and the best way to do that I've read about is school programs. The San Joaquin School District has a very interesting curriculum that ties together students, teachers, parents, as well as local businesses, where they all get to explore the solar panels that are on these schools. There's energy audits that students do. They make presentations to different organizations to actually lower the overall energy use and efficiency of the schools while exploring the technology. In terms of the issue of trial, typically with solar panels, it's very expensive to try it. There's a lot of commitment. So some options that have been created in Sweden, one option is you can buy green energy without having to install the panels. You can pay for green energy to come to your home. Studies have shown that green energy users often adopt solar panels later on. So that's one really low commitment way you can try at least the byproduct of solar energy. But the main issue in terms of making it trialable is government-sponsored projects. The reason is because the solar industry, in order to be highly profitable, it's going to take some time and a lot of investment. and a lot of companies don't have the capital for that kind of long-term investing. So creating incubation projects that are government invested, where parties can try them with lowered risks, is really the key. And like I said earlier, schools make the most sense in terms of an incubation arena. So that's really the solutions to those two major issues. Thank you.